Last week, UW-Bothell Student Government, known as ASUWB, and the Office of Student Life submitted a proposal to the Student Activity Fee Committee to build a sports facility in between the campus and the wetlands.
Our main goal with the sports field is obviously something that the students want. So it's a really exciting time, and our goal at the end of the day, I think too, is to really implement intramural and club sports programs, so that we at UW-Bothell can have our legitimate sports teams. Right now we're kind of outsourcing through a lot of leagues in the community, so our goal is to really bring all those sports here on campus to play with both UW-Bothell and Cascadia students.
The process has been happening for a while now. ASUWB executive and Ultimate Frisbee team captain Ali Buzomi was the first person to start the movement towards the construction of the sports field, with ASUWB President Amira Davis explaining what proceeded after.
So then the next year, junior year, last year when I was on student government, I started making connections and I met Marilyn Cox, and she's in charge of budget and planning, and that is space and stuff. So they had the idea that I could talk to her, so then I came up with this huge presentation. I had help from my team writing it. I prepared everything down to a sketch of exactly what the diameters of the field would be and what sports would be played there and why sports are beneficial, and I used stats, like 90% of students do better in school and they're healthier. Had this whole presentation and she was blown away and started kind of making it happen, and a year later, here we are.
Student Life initiated this survey and worked with our students and did this survey and surveyed our students and got over 500 responses, and really to get this understanding of exactly what the students wanted, so what kind of sports they wanted to play out on these sports fields, so we could really fulfill the demand of what the students wanted to play when they got on the sports field.
After going through the results, they found that the most popular sports were
volleyball was one of the top. Volleyball, I think soccer, baseball and softball. At the top. We're going to have basketball and tennis as well.
Teams, an intramural soccer team, softball, ultimate frisbee, flag football, basketball. So, the options are really there. It's kind of up to the students too what sports they might want on campus.
Okay, yeah. Last year, as you know, I was captain or co-captain for the indoor soccer team, and when we were trying to set up practices, we would always have to look for a field where we could meet up and practice as a team. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough funds to cover renting out a space, and most of the time we would get kicked out either in the high school or some North Creek fields right down in Bothell. So hopefully with the coming sports field, we'll be able to practice as a team and build that team chemistry and be more successful at indoor soccer.
And we did not have the funding to support us for practices, so we would usually share it with soccer kids, and we'd get kicked off basically. And it was really dangerous with the muddy conditions. So with a turf field, we'll be able to practice more, prepare better, and become a more recognized team in the Washington.
Although much of the campus is excited to exercise and have events on the sports field, one of the biggest issues regarding the field is the conservation for the environment. Multiple sources have indicated that there will be good drainage of groundwater and the lights will leak as little as possible into the wetlands, but the complex will pose issues to animals that use the area as their habitat.
The Burt Gilman's still going to be there. It's being pushed back a little bit, but nothing, the wetlands, nothing like that will be affected.
There is value to the wetlands in that area. It's despite the fact it has very little vegetation in it, it does act as a buffer of sorts between the wetland and the more densely habited part of campus, the area where people are active and creating noise and light and such. It does act as that buffer, which can be really important for organisms that live in the wetlands.
We'll have a brand new field on campus. It'll be a great new attraction to students. Not only will it provide a wonderful resource for sports, but also just for fellowship, for events. It's one more step towards that big university feel that our students love. I think it puts us one more step towards that wholesome college experience that we are building in just the 5 short years that we've been a 4-year institution. I think it's a huge step for us, and I'm very excited. I think students are thrilled about it.